Ever feel like the path to success is kind of hidden? Like everybody's got different advice, right? And you're just stuck trying to figure out what actually works.
Yeah.
Well, today we're diving into the Secrets of Success Challenge
Okay.
from a guy who's built, like a real digital empire,
Right.
Russell Brunson.
Right.
You sent over some materials from his challenge, and I have to say I'm excited to unpack this with you.
Yeah, it's not just about like the tools and tactics,
Right.
although those are super important. What's really compelling about Brunson's approach is how he really emphasizes the importance of mindset.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, before you even think about strategies, you need to lay the right foundation in your thinking.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's not just about, do this, do that. He really dives into the mental game of entrepreneurship. One thing that jumped out at me was this idea of embracing failure, which sounds kind of crazy at first.
It does seem counterintuitive, yeah.
Yeah.
But Brunson argues that failure is, inevitable, and the key is to reframe it as a learning experience.
Right.
So instead of getting discouraged, you analyze what went wrong, extract the lessons, and apply those lessons to your next attempt.
So it's not about avoiding failure altogether.
Right.
It's about shifting your perspective on it.
Exactly.
Seeing it as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock.
Yeah.
I could see how that would be powerful, but it still requires a pretty big mindset shift, don't you think?
Absolutely. And that's where Brunson's emphasis on vision and clarity comes in.
Okay.
He stresses the importance of having a clear, compelling vision that's aligned with your values.
Right.
It's not just about setting goals, it's about defining what success truly means to you.
So it's like having that North Star to guide you, even when things get tough.
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that. There have been times when I felt, lost or discouraged.
Yeah.
And it was that sense of purpose, that bigger vision that pulled me back on track.
Exactly. And to keep that momentum going, Brunson talks about the power of celebrating small wins. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of, big, ambitious goals, but those can take time.
Right.
By acknowledging and celebrating those smaller milestones along the way, you build confidence and reinforce the belief that you're making progress.
Okay, I'm starting to get a feel for this mindset piece.
Yeah.
It's not just about positive thinking. It's about developing a resilient, growth-oriented approach to entrepreneurship. But what about the actual strategies? Brunson's known for this whole, funnel thing, right?
Yes, sales funnels are a core part of his methodology. He didn't invent the concept, but he certainly popularized it in the digital marketing world. To simplify it, a funnel is a system that guides potential customers through a series of steps, from initial awareness to purchase.
So instead of just hoping people stumble upon your product or service, you're strategically leading them through a process
Yeah.
that's designed to convert them into paying customers.
Precisely. And what's brilliant about funnels is that they can be automated,
Right.
which makes them incredibly scalable. So instead of relying on one-on-one selling, you can reach a much wider audience.
Right.
And create a system that works for you, like 200/4/7.
That makes a lot of sense, especially for online businesses.
Yeah.
But it still sounds a bit mechanical, doesn't it? Like you're just pushing people through a system.
Right.
How does Brunson address the human element of marketing?
That's where his emphasis on storytelling comes in.
Okay.
He believes that people connect with stories, not just features and benefits.
Right.
By sharing your story, you make your brand relatable and build trust with your audience.
Okay, so it's not just about, hey, buy my product because it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's about, here's why I created this product, here's what it stands for, here's how it can help you.
exactly. And Brunson provides specific frameworks and techniques for crafting compelling stories that resonate with your target audience. He talks about the importance of identifying your why, understanding your customers' pain points, and weaving those elements into a narrative that captures attention and builds emotional connection.
That's really interesting. It sounds like he's going beyond traditional marketing and tapping into something deeper,
Yeah.
something that really connects with people on an emotional level.
He is, and it's incredibly effective. People buy from people they trust and connect with, and stories are one of the most powerful ways to build that trust and connection.
Okay, so we've got the mindset piece, we've got the funnel strategy, and we've got this powerful emphasis on storytelling. What else stands out to you from Brunson's approach?
One of the things I find fascinating is his concept of the attractive character.
Okay.
He argues that to build a successful brand, you need to create a persona that embodies the values and aspirations of your target audience.
So it's not just about having a logo and a tagline.
Right.
It's about creating a character that people can relate to and root for.
Exactly.
Oh.
Brunson breaks down this attractive character framework into specific elements, including a compelling backstory, a clear mission, and even a sense of vulnerability.
Wait, vulnerability? Isn't that kind of risky in the business world? Aren't we supposed to project confidence and strength?
That's the traditional thinking.
Right.
But Brunson argues that showing vulnerability can actually make you more relatable and trustworthy.
Interesting. So it's about being real, being human, not just putting on a facade of perfection.
Yes. People connect with others who are authentic and genuine. They want to see the person behind the brand. And by showing your vulnerabilities, you create a sense of shared humanity that can be incredibly powerful.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together.
Yeah.
The mindset, the strategies, the storytelling, the attractive character. It's all about creating a brand that resonates with people on a deeper level. But let's be honest, all this sounds great in theory,
Right.
but how do we actually put it into practice?
Well, Brunson emphasizes the importance of starting small.
Okay,
Don't try to do everything at once.
right.
Pick one area that resonates with you and start experimenting.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the information out there, especially in the online marketing world. So where would you recommend starting?
If you're new to funnels, I'd recommend starting with a simple one.
Okay.
There are tools like ClickFunnels that can make the process easier,
Right.
but you can even start with basic landing pages and email sequences.
So dip your toes in the water before diving into the deep end.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What about the storytelling piece? Where can we start applying that?
Storytelling can be woven into everything you do.
Okay.
Your website copy, your social media posts, even your customer service interactions. Think about how you can use stories to make your message more engaging and memorable.
That's a great reminder. It's not just about selling, it's about connecting with people on a human level.
Mm.
And I think that's what really sets Brunson's approach apart.
He's not just teaching people how to make money, he's teaching them how to build a brand that people love and connect with.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from mindset shifts to practical strategies.
Yeah.
Before we move on, are there any key takeaways you'd want our listeners to remember from this part of our deep dive?
I think the biggest takeaway is that success isn't about some magic formula or, secret hack.
Right.
It's about developing the right mindset, embracing failure as a learning opportunity, and crafting a brand that genuinely connects with your audience.
It's about the journey, not just the destination.
Exactly. And Brunson's Secrets of Success Challenge provides a framework for navigating that journey with clarity, purpose, and a healthy dose of resilience.
It's about building a business that aligns with your values.
Yeah.
And doing it in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling.
Absolutely. And that's what makes his approach so compelling. It's not just about achieving success, it's about living a life of purpose and impact.
Well said.
Yeah.
Now, I know we've only scratched the surface here.
Right.
There's so much more to unpack in Brunson's challenge, including specific case studies and examples of people who have successfully applied these principles.
Yeah.
We'll delve into those in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore how people have used Brunson's strategies to overcome obstacles, achieve breakthrough results, and create businesses that are both profitable and fulfilling.
Sounds good.
I'm looking forward to uncovering those success stories and extracting even more actionable insights for our listeners. Stay tuned.
Speaking of putting these principles into action,
Right.
Brunson is big on showcasing real-world examples.
Yeah.
He shares case studies and success stories in his challenge, demonstrating how others have applied his frameworks to, overcome challenges and achieve remarkable results.
I love that approach.
Yeah.
It's one thing to learn about concepts in theory,
Right.
but it's so much more powerful to see how they play out in real life.
Absolutely.
Do any specific examples come to mind?
One that stands out is the story of an entrepreneur
Okay.
who was struggling to sell her online courses.
Right.
She had great content, but she was having trouble connecting with her target audience
Yeah.
and converting leads into paying customer.
That's a common challenge for online businesses, isn't it?
It is.
Creating that initial spark of interest
Yeah,
and then nurturing it into a lasting relationship.
absolutely. And this is where Brunson's framework really shone.
Okay.
The entrepreneur realized she hadn't fully developed her attractive character,
Yeah.
relatable persona that embodies the values and aspirations of her ideal customer.
So it wasn't just about the course content itself.
Right.
It was about how she was presenting herself and her brand.
Exactly. She decided to implement Brunson's advice and really lean into storytelling.
Okay.
She started sharing her personal journey, her struggles and triumphs, and how she had overcome similar challenges
All right.
to the ones her audience was facing.
So she made herself more relatable.
Yeah.
More human and less like just another online course creator.
Exactly.
Did that make a difference?
It completely transformed her business.
Wow.
By weaving her story into her marketing, she created a deeper connection with her audience.
Okay.
People started seeing her as a mentor.
Someone who understood their pain points and could guide them on their own journey. Her sales skyrocketed.
Really?
Because people finally felt like they knew, liked, and trusted her.
Wow. That's a powerful example of how storytelling can make a real difference in business.
Yeah.
It's not just about hyper-manipulation.
Right.
It's about genuine connection and building trust.
Exactly.
What other success stories stand out to you?
There's another great one about a small business owner
Okay.
who is spending hours each week on outreach and lead generation.
Yeah.
He was working hard, but he felt like he was constantly running on a hamster wheel,
Right.
never really gaining traction.
I think a lot of entrepreneurs can relate to that feeling.
Yeah.
It's easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day grind and lose sight of the bigger picture.
That's where Brunson's concept of funnels came in.
Okay.
The business owner realized he was trying to do everything manually,
Right.
reaching out to individual prospects, like one by one.
Brunson's challenge helped him see the power of automating that process
Okay.
through a sales funnel.
So instead of chasing down leads,
Yeah.
he created a system that would attract them to him
Exactly.
and guide them through a process
Yeah.
that would ultimately convert them into customers.
Exactly. He implemented a simple funnel that captured leads through a free offer,
Okay.
referred them with valuable content, and then presented them with a relevant product or service at the right time.
So the funnel was doing the heavy lifting for him,
Yeah.
freeing up his time and energy to focus on other aspects of his business.
Precisely. And the results were incredible.
Oh, wow.
He not only increased his sales,
Right.
but he also gained back valuable time,
Nice.
which allowed him to focus on strategic initiatives and even take a much-needed vacation.
Okay, so these success stories are really inspiring, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
Not every entrepreneurial journey is a smooth ride.
Right.
What about those inevitable obstacles and setbacks?
Yeah.
How does Brunson address those in his challenge?
He doesn't shy away from them.
Okay.
In fact, he dedicates a significant portion of the challenge to addressing common challenges,
Right.
like fear of failure, self-doubt, and feeling overwhelmed by information overload.
Those are some real hurdles that a lot of us face.
Yeah.
Especially when we're venturing into new territory.
Absolutely. And Brunson provides practical advice and mindset shifts
Okay.
to help overcome these obstacles.
Right.
One of his key strategies is to reframe rejection as redirection.
That's a really interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
So instead of seeing a no as a failure,
Right.
it's an opportunity to adjust your approach or explore a different path.
Exactly. It's about maintaining that growth mindset
Right.
and seeing challenges as stepping stones rather than roadblocks.
Yeah.
He also talks about the importance of building resilience,
Very
which isn't about being tough or stoic.
Right.
It's about developing the capacity to bounce back from setbacks
Yeah.
and keep moving forward.
That's so important, especially in the entrepreneurial world where you're constantly facing uncertainty and new challenges. What about the feeling of overwhelm?
Yeah.
I know that's something I struggle with,
Right.
especially in the online marketing space where there's just so much information coming at you from all directions.
Brunson acknowledges that information overload is a real problem, and he offers some practical strategies for managing it.
Okay.
One of his key recommendations is to practice just-in-time learning.
I've heard that term before,
Yeah.
but I'm not entirely sure what it means.
Essentially, it's about focusing on learning what you need when you need it,
Okay.
rather than trying to consume everything at once.
So instead of trying to absorb every single piece of marketing advice out there,
Right.
you're strategically seeking out information
Yeah,
that's relevant to your current goals and challenges.
precisely. It's about being selective with your information intake
Yeah.
and prioritizing learning that's directly applicable to your immediate needs. This helps you avoid feeling overwhelmed and ensures that you're actually implementing the knowledge you gain.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's about focusing on action and implementation, not just passively consuming information.
Right.
What other tips does Brunson offer for managing information overload?
He emphasizes the importance of setting clear goals and priorities.
Okay.
This helps you filter out distractions and stay focused on what truly matters.
Right.
He also recommends techniques like time blocking, where you allocate specific blocks of time for different tasks
Right.
to help you stay organized and productive.
Those are all great tips.
Yeah.
I can see how they would be incredibly helpful for entrepreneurs who are juggling multiple projects and responsibilities.
Absolutely.
So we've covered mindset shifts, practical strategies, and even tips for overcoming common obstacles.
Right.
Before we move on to our final takeaways, is there anything else that stands out to you from Brunson's Secrets of Success Challenge?
One thing that I find particularly compelling is his emphasis on aligning your business with your values and passions.
Yeah.
He believes that true success isn't just about financial gain.
Right.
It's about creating a life and a business that you're truly passionate about.
That's a really important point, and it's something that often gets overlooked
Yeah.
in the hustle and bustle of entrepreneurship.
It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of money or external validation, but Brunson reminds us that fulfillment and happiness come from doing work that aligns with our core values and brings us joy.
It's about finding that sweet spot
Yeah,
where your passion, your skills, and the needs of the market intersect.
exactly. And when you're working from that place of alignment,
Right.
you're not just building a business, you're building a life that you love.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah,
It's not just about the destination, it's about the journey and who you become along the way.
absolutely. And Brunson's challenge provides a roadmap for that journey, guiding you to not only achieve success,
Right.
but to do it in a way that feels authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with your deepest values.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from mindset shifts to practical strategies,
Yeah.
and even inspiring success stories.
Mm-hmm.
As we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Right.
what are the key takeaways you'd want our listeners to remember?
I think the biggest takeaway is that success is a multifaceted journey.
Okay.
And it's not just about external achievements. It's about developing a resilient mindset, embracing failure as a learning opportunity, and building a business that aligns with your values and passions.
It's about finding that sweet spot where your passion, your skills, and the needs of the market intersect.
Exactly. And Brunson's challenge provides a framework and a set of tools to help you navigate that journey with clarity, purpose, and a healthy dose of resilience.
I love that. It's not just about achieving success.
Right.
It's about creating a life and a business that you truly love.
Absolutely. And that's what makes his approach so inspiring.
Well said.
Yeah.
Now, I know we're running short on time.
Okay.
But before we wrap up our deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on one final question
Okay.
that's been on my mind.
I'm all ears.
Brunson talks a lot about building a successful business.
Yeah.
But what about happiness? Is it all about the bottom line, or is there something more?
That's a great question, and it's one that Brunson actually addresses in his challenge.
Right.
He believes that true success is about finding fulfillment
Right.
and living a life that's aligned with your values.
So it's not just about financial success. It's about living a life that matters.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot where your passion, your skills, and your values intersect.
Right.
Brunson argues that when your business is in harmony with who you are at your core,
Yeah.
success becomes a natural byproduct. It's not something you chase, it's something you cultivate.
I love that. It's about creating a business and a life that you're truly proud of.
Yeah.
It's about making a difference in the world, not just making a profit.
Absolutely. And that's what makes Brunson's approach so compelling. It's not just about achieving success.
Right.
It's about living a life of purpose and meaning.
Yeah.
He wants to empower entrepreneurs to build businesses that not only thrive financially,
Right.
but also contribute to something larger than themselves.
It's about the journey and who you become along the way.
Right.
It's about growth, both personally and professionally.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
Brunson's challenge isn't just about building a business. It's about building a life you love.
Right.
And when you're living a life you love,
Yeah.
success takes on a whole new meaning.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty fired up after this deep dive.
Too.
Ready to take on the world. This has been such an insightful exploration of Brunson's Secrets of Success Challenge.
Yeah.
We've gone beyond the surface and really uncovered the depth and richness of his approach, from mindset shifts to practical strategies and inspiring success stories.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn and apply from his work.
Absolutely.
What are your final thoughts for our listener before we sign off?
I always find it invigorating to delve into these ideas
Yeah.
and see how they can empower entrepreneurs to create truly fulfilling lives and businesses.
Right.
For our listener out there, remember, you don't have to do everything at once.
Okay.
Just pick one thing that resonated with you today and start there.
Right.
Whether it's shifting your mindset, building a simple funnel, or weaving storytelling into your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Every step you take is a step towards building a business and a life you love.
Right.